Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about the different investment strategies. So stick around and I'll tell you more about that. Welcome. Elizabeth Williams here, your residential mortgage expert with MegaStar Financial, America's most trusted mortgage company. So I'm going to talk to you about several different investment strategies in case you were interested in investing in real estate. So there are several different investment strategies, including house hacking, live in and flip, live in and rent, buying and holding long-term rentals, the trade up plan, and the fix and flip. If you're getting started in investing and you don't have a lot of funds, you may start with house hacking, live in and flip, or live in then rent. So let me break those each down for you. House hacking is when you buy a property that you live in part of the property and rent out another part of the property. This can be used if you're buying like a multi-unit, something like a duplex, or if you were buying a single family home and you wanted to rent out rooms within the home. That can be really good for college students, for example. Live in and flip would be if you were to buy a home, you would live in it, which would mean that you would get primary residence financing. And over time, you would remodel it and then eventually you would sell it once it was complete. Live and then rent is kind of the same concept. You buy a property as your primary residence, you live in it, and then as you get funds and you have enough money to save for down payment on the next house, you may choose to keep the first house and rent it out. You can even use equity from the first house in order to fund the second house. The benefits of these scenarios would be that you would probably get better financing because you would be living in the property, and you get to often start with a smaller down payment and your interest rate may be lower. This is also a good way to dip your toe into investing so that you can learn and make sure it's a good fit for you. If you have some funds and you're ready to invest and buy your first property, you may choose to buy and hold a long-term rental. And that's when you choose to buy a single family or a multifamily property with a conventional loan. You would need somewhere in the range of 20 to 25% for down payment. And then you buy that with the intention to rent it out long term. You can also do the trade up plan. This is when you use appreciation in one property to purchase additional properties. So you might buy your first investment property, rent it out, and once you have the positive cash flow and equity, you could use the investment from the first property, the equity, to be able to purchase a second property, and so on and so forth. These strategies focus on long-term wealth and asset accumulation, and your year-over-year appreciation in real estate will be your main focus, with positive cash flow also being a consideration. With this strategy, you may even consider buying in a resort area and using short-term rentals to generate your cash flow. So you might use something like Airbnb in the mountain areas in order to be able to generate some positive cash flow. Now, if you do that, I do recommend that you claim that on your tax returns in order to make any future investing easier. The last option is, of course, the fix and flip, which most people are familiar with, but that's when you buy a property and fix it in order to sell it for a profit. This can be time consuming and costly and is focused on short term income versus long term wealth accumulation. It can also be difficult to get financing for, so it may require a higher cash investment. As always, if you have any questions about any of these investment strategies or if you think one of these might be a good fit for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and, of course, share this with anybody you think might find this information useful. Thank you so much. I look forward to connecting soon.